Outraged via strike on Odesa, Ukraine nevertheless prepares to resume grain exports. Kyiv, Ukraine was urgent beforehand on Sunday with efforts to restart grain exports from Odesa and different Black Sea ports after a missile assault that solid doubt over whether or not Russia might honor a deal aimed at easing international food shortages caused by the battle. President Volodymyr Zelensky denounced the moves on Odesa as blatant barbarism that showed Moscow could not be depended on to implement Friday's deal, mediated via Turkey and the United Nations. However, a Central Authority minister stated preparations to resume grain shipments were ongoing, and public broadcaster Suspiln quoted the Ukrainian Navy as pronouncing the missiles had not drastically broken the port. The deal signed through Moscow and Kyiv turned into hailed as a diplomatic step forward that might help diminish hovering worldwide food fees. However, as the war entered its sixth month on Sunday, there has been no signal of a let-up within the preventing. While the main theater of combat has been the Japanese area of Donbass, Zelensky mentioned in video posted past due on Saturday that Ukrainian forces have been moving, grade by grade, into the occupied Jap Black Sea location of Kherson. The moves on Odesa drew sturdy condemnation from the United Nations, the European Union, America, Britain, Germany and Italy. On Friday, UN officers had said they hoped the agreement would be operational in a few weeks. Video released by way of the Ukrainian army showed firefighters scuffling with a blaze on an unidentified boat moored alongside a tugboat. Become not able to independently confirm the authenticity of the video or the date it became filmed. Turkey's defense minister stated Russian officials informed Ankara that Moscow had nothing to do with the strikes. Neither Russian Defense Ministry statements nor the Navy's nighttime summary said missile moves in Odesa. The ministry did no longer reply to a request for comment. 2 Russian-caliber missiles hit the location of a pumping station at the port. 2 others have been shot down via air defense forces, in keeping with Ukraine's army. Ukrainian air pressure spokesperson Yuri Ignat stated the missiles were fired from warships in the Black Sea close to Crimea. Suspiln quoted Ukraine's Southern Military Command as announcing the port's grain garage area turned into now not hit. Unfortunately, there are wounded. The port's infrastructure become damaged, mentioned Odesa area governor Maxim Marchenko. But Infrastructure Minister Alexander Kubrakov mentioned on Facebook, Nasdaq, Meta, that we keep technical preparations for the launch of exports of agricultural merchandise from our ports. The deal could repair grain shipments from the 3 reopened ports to pre-war degrees of 5 million tons a month, UN officials said. Safe passage. The strikes seem to violate Friday's deal, which would allow safe passage in and out of Ukrainian ports. Zelensky vowed to do the whole lot possible to collect air defense systems able to shoot down missiles like those who hit Odesa. A blockade of Ukrainian ports with the aid of Russia's Black Sea Fleet because Moscow's February 24 invasion has trapped tens of millions of tons of grain and stranded many ships. This has worsened worldwide supply chain bottlenecks. Along with Western sanctions on Russia, it has stoked meals and strength price inflation. Russia and Ukraine are major worldwide wheat providers, and an international food disaster has pushed some 47 million humans into acute hunger, in line with the World Food Programme. Moscow denies obligation for the meals disaster, blaming Western sanctions for slowing its food and fertilizer exports and Ukraine for mining the methods to its ports. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said in a declaration that the attack on Odesa casts critical doubt at the credibility of Russia's dedication to yesterday's deal. Russia bears obligation for deepening the global food crisis and have to forestall its aggression, he brought. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres unequivocally condemned the moves, a spokesperson mentioned, adding complete implementation of the deal turned into vital. Turkish Defense Minister Hulusi Akar said in an announcement, "The Russians instructed us that they had truly nothing to do with this attack. The fact that such an incident took place proper after the settlement we made the day gone by definitely worried us. Ukraine has mined waters near its ports as a part of its war defenses, but under the deal pilots will manual ships alongside secure channels. A joint coordination center staffed by means of contributors of the four parties to the agreement are to reveal ships transiting the Black Sea to Turkey's Bosporus Strait and rancid to global markets.